Practice number 2 at IMS. First, Andretti Autosport rookie Alexander Rossi slides his car around. Next, it's Mikhail Aloshin, who kicks up a ton of smoke with a spin at the north end of the track. It wasn't just the inexperienced drivers who had issues. Defending IndyCar champ Scott Dixon also looped his target Chevy around near the Speedway Museum. We'll start with some of the drivers that struggled in morning practice. The session saw a ton of harmless spins, with so many teams working on qualifying setups. Those searching for grip included Sebastian Bourdais, Takuma Sato, Scott Dixon, and Mikhail Aloshin.
Trouble, cars into the out.
Right-hand side, just a small amount. Tony reacts and the blue and white car goes against towards the wall, ends up collecting Sebastian Bourdais. So Sebastian thought that he ended up having an opportunity to maybe go around the outside. He's right along now with Tony Kanaan. Let's watch this. So he thinks he's going to go around the outside. The 9 of Scott Dixon takes his space. And so he's got to go to the left. And you know how quick this is. Remember, we haven't been in the car for a couple of hours here, Eddie. All of a sudden, here we go. Watch this along with Sebastian Bourdais. He's got nowhere to go.
He had nowhere to go, but he could have maybe anticipated the fact that he had a wall on his left-hand side.
It's kind of like you were saying before, Eddie, right, though? You're looking to make a right-hand turn, and there the problem comes from your left for both drivers.
Right, and there's no spotter in the world that can tell you what's happening at a start like that. How very unfortunate. Those are 2 strong cars for this race.
Now watch how this all spreads out. Everybody's looking for a position, trying to set yourself up to the turn. Second car in line, a lot of sparks coming out of it. And then right behind him.
But Dixon just followed the car that was ahead of him. Taking the inside line.
Oh, he did it.
He goes off. A rookie. He knew that he was on the red tires. He just tried to defend his position, and he didn't make it around the corner.
That tight arc that Will was trying to do, being on the inside, just didn't work for him. And you're right, tires are probably the big issue.
And braking offline, maybe some marbles there?
Absolutely.
Don't forget, Rossi is the one that put out the bait, and he took it. He had a choice to take the bait or not to.
All right. So Will Power, you saw got going. He's back in 23rd place.
That's a terrible feeling, isn't it? We've all done it. It's just like, there's no grip on the grass.
What a great shot. Look at that shot.
Spin and win. Let's watch this. Oh, a little bit offline. The back end's coming around. Yeah, there he goes.
Rossi evades him.
Very nice. He's been watching American Drag Racing.
Oh, that's not good.
And we've got contact. Juan Pedrojita.
That's not good. Full course.
And it is going to be a full course, and that's interesting.
What happened here was Hargrove was too worried about Kaiser in his mirror, and
they're now the Homatro safety crew trying to get that 3 car of Scott Hargrove off of that curbing. Stephen Wilson, we're seeing another replay of it. He did swung awfully low to the inside to try to block Kaiser. I mean, unfortunately, that's a part of the racetrack where there's not a lot of room to pass.
Yeah, you know, it stacks up there, and I think that, as Sage rightly pointed out, Scott was just looking in his mirrors and missed his brake point, and suddenly, as Scott was turning in, you know, just he had nowhere to go.
Yeah, and a roof run into the barrier, a wheel missing. That's Piquet, isn't it? I think that's just talking about him. Has pinched the barrier there, and that's the left rear. Clean off. Pat started in 9th place, and my apologies, it's not. If there's a chance of a podium, I'm sure he'll go for it. Oh, it's being spun around. An exciting driver lineup, an exciting young driver lineup that Motorpark have. Oh, but getting one. I think now, yeah, look, just snaps away from him, all on his own, coming out of the corner, and as he came out of Poimiro, yeah. No, it wasn't of the car, clattering into the barriers. Oof, that was a biggie. Formula One. And just straight on. Upon Oscar there, a lock-up. And if if you lock up around this. Makes the perfect start, cuts across, Lance Stroll gets into the lead of the race, and there's a crash already further back. We've got cars pointed in the wrong direction, two have come together, and then there might be a pileup. One of the Prema cars is in there is a pileup, nobody can avoid them. Well, the Muka Motorsport cars get stuck in all of that as well. Maxi start for Lorandi at the front of the field, and Sergio Seti Camara was one of them, who got a bit of a tag by the looks of things. He's the one who's running the wrong way down the circuit. Then, everybody else getting caught up and involved in that pile-up just with nowhere to go. Cars all the way across the course. Then you can see Seti Camara and sent around and pointed in the wrong direction. Everybody else then hurtling towards him. He just sat there waiting for the worst to happen. But thankfully, doesn't look like it was too serious. The Muka Motorsport car there, which I think is David Beckman.
Sideline for Luffield. Now Daravala will try again. Up the inside, there's contact. And up onto two wheels and round.
Down that long Wellington throw. Oh, we got a spinner.
Now that's a bit ordinary.
Oh, well,
let's have another look. Just jinx. Too aggressive. Cold tyres. Named after Silverstone.
He's got
team
wide,
manager.
he's got
And
brakes.
that is, I'm afraid, an accident waiting to happen. It's
just enough. Martin drops back, but it's the other side of the grid he should have been worried about is the bright red Ferrari.
An idea there was a car immediately beyond that corner.
Oh, no, he's had a
diving down the inside. Oh.
Well, who was that?
John Romano was spun, but was that by on the outside? It could be in a misgear from Olisov because you wouldn't normally have that much speed advantage.
He's not looking. Oh no! Olisov looking directly forward focus.
Well,
yeah.
Oh, dearie me, you do have to feel there. Oh, for Justin Fleming, he got such a good
leader, just a smidge over 159. The leader's gone round. Oh, Kazara.
Number 46 is a Tarashi, not a loader. Couldn't see looking into the sunlight. Oh, that's.
I don't think that's the same car, is it?
No, this is the one.
About now, you're going to see on the right-hand side of the picture.
Oh, the Amon being given a whack up the back, and I think it's Royal Goethe who's hit it in the Tyrrell 007. Yes, it is, with the blue and orange helmet.
So terrible run for the Rofco cars. One car dropped.
So yeah, just turn in, and yeah, so had a bit of a lock-up on the inside front as he turned in. Right-hand side of your screen, at the back of that car. Yeah. So the guy, the inside shoulder.
Moved,
yeah.
Session's been red flagged.
Well, yeah. So it happened just at top speed, and that's when the tyres.
And it's Nico Rosberg, and Hamilton's onto the grass, and Hamilton's had a massive crash, and he's crashed into his teammate.
On the inside, and I'm afraid Nico Rosberg has got to take every bit as much blame off, but he covered him off too late.
Before the break.
We need to see exactly where Hamilton's front wheel was, but if he was alongside of his front wheel, then he's entitled to a car's width of space.
Yep, that's the regulations in terms of
this opportunity.
Oh, talking of people who are in trouble, that's Nico Hulkenberg.
I think there's a lot of smoke. Find a safe place to stop, pull over by a fire marshal.
Engine problems.
Find a safe place to stop, pull over by a fire marshal.
Engine problems. And we saw Sergio Perez have a problem in practice on Friday, ignited and caused a lot of smoke.
A bit more like a turbo to me, but the engine's way too young to smoke.
Button, who's pitting, and there's another lock-up from Romain Grosjean. He's struggling out there.
Yeah, that's inevitably going to make the gravel going into...
So he's tagged at the back there, and that's a puncture, and then straight to the scene of the accident at turn 2. Such a shame, because he was the top rookie on the grid. As we get another look at it, he's already off at that point, and then nothing he can do. Simply a passenger. All off that final corner. It's all the traction off that final corner, because you could see... Oh, he spun it! He spun round! No. He takes his hand off the steering wheel! Has us under safety car conditions. Sorokin, he's going to be accelerating out of turn 2. He can see second place, and then around he goes. And that's what I was talking about. He knew almost as soon as he'd done it. Just accelerating out of 2, and that shows you the fine line. That shows you the balancing act they're having to perform with the tyres lap after lap.
Oh man, I feel for him. I really feel for him, and you can hear how much he's kicking himself there. And you say it is.
Let's see what happened. Oh, it's not even a move. Not even a move from Antonio Giovinazzi, the rookie driver, punting out Marcello. And are we about to have the safety car as we see the accident
and punting him out of reverse grid pole?
Oh, it doesn't get more painful than that. He was pretty upbeat yesterday, despite it not working. Game of Maglio, and here's a move from Giovinazzi. Oh, contact! And a huge accident as Giovinazzi loses the wheel and he's into the wall heavily at turn number 10. That will be an immediate safety car heading to turn 10. Use the DRS. Campos have been struggling, and there's the squeeze. And Giovinazzi simply not expecting it. That's how Peak was taken out. You see it in the foreground, and that is a really bit of air.
He goes to defend, makes the one move, then makes a second move, and it's on that second move that he gives him no space. There's only probably half a car's width there, and Giovinazzi's got nowhere to go. He's already got the run on him, he's already got the pace on him, and at that point, he's going straight into his rear wheel. Nothing he can do about it at that point.
Peak would not have believed just to see. He wouldn't have known it. He wouldn't have been looking at his wing mirrors at that stage. And Arta Peak, the tarmac, and there's the air that the gravel trap can provide. And then hands off the steering wheel as he makes impact with the tyre barrier. Glad to say he is seemingly all right. He, of course, will be. Oh, look at that. Really displaying the speed differential between the two cars. Not what we like to see, but thankfully he is.
abbia detto che peccare è un bel peccato e se si può far peccato perché non peccare, dice spiego un po', e alla fine è andato addirittura in questo modo a impattare sulle barriere, distrutto la sospensione posteriore sinistra, distrutta quella anteriore sinistra, partito un pezzo di c'è e si fa vedere, è rientrato invece al quinto giro.
Yesterday, you can see in the background it's already spinning here, but that's because it's put drive to 3 of the wheels rather than 4 as the drive shafts come out. So unfortunate, whether it's something they need to... I'm not sure if Lars in the background's broke something, because he went through turn 1 here, I think he's broke a shaft, the drive shaft. He's broke something drive.
Turn 2, extra low, Sinead from the back row. I thought he got it done, he hasn't. Sinead's been punted. Action now, possibly hold up. Raymond up the inside, Ocean's punted off into the gravel. That's a real shame for Ocean.
And an off with a heavy impact in Q3, leaving the team.
Gone down the inside of Kevin Hansen. Kevin Hansen's gone wide, so Rajla back into the lead. Kevin Hansen. Oh, and that's Paul Kiss has been spun round. So Paul Kiss has been spun.
Yeah, look, there in the white Persia with the green on, he gets a big hit from Vara.
Reigning touring car champion Frederick Souston made the move up to supercar for 2016 and didn't have such a good
side now. So De Buccleuch comes down the hill and it's him that spins, which is what causes the problem. So Anderson inside, De Buccleuch spins. Now watch into the side.
There's nothing he could do about it, nothing Larson can do. You can see why he's annoyed about it, because there's absolutely nothing.